Hey, so here's the script that I thought it'd be fun to create something that would just check a news source via an API and print it to the screen on the little TFT display on the ESP32. So it's an Adafruit. So here's just the kind of the basic libraries you need. This is my screen type, some Wi-Fi, the HTTP client, and then Arduino JSON to kind of you're going to get the output from the web page, and I'll show you what that looks like, but you need to make it presentable for viewing. Okay, here's defining the TFT and all the little parameters. In mine, I, of course, put my SSID and my password. I'm not sure that I need the serial begin because I'm not doing any serial calls, but moving on. So here's turning on the screen. This is pretty common to most of the scripts where you have to with the little TFT, power, initialize it, set it to black, set the rotation. Now we're jumping to the Wi-Fi. And remember, up above we defined SSID and password, so it's just pulling from that. And then it connects, prints delay, prints a few dots, says connected. Now here's where we get to this void loop. So I want to make an HTTP GET request from this news API. There's a freebie one with newsapi.org, so I grabbed that. One thing when I first did this, I kicked it up and I didn't have any delay and I just sort of let it run and kind of forgot about it for a little while. And I was like, oh, it's not working. So sure enough, I browsed to the URL with my key in it and I got this error, rate limiting. So you're allowed 100 requests in a 24-hour period, 50 requests available every 12 hours. So I hit that and I figured I'd copy and paste that just so you know to be careful and not hit it too hard. Otherwise you will hit the max. You can pay, I guess, if you want to do more, but this is just more of an example to see that we're pulling information from a site. So here's the URL. Again, you have to put your key in. It's very easy to get the key. You just go to newsapi.org and I forget if you just click a button, it's like, here's your key. It's that simple. You just copy and paste it. So you're doing a get, HTTP get, and you're assigning response the string to what you get back. So you have to parse it, and that's one thing I kind of learned about JSON. Two things I learned about JSON doing this is you do have to deserialize the output because it's going to have commas and quotes and brackets, and that's not really what you want to see. So you have to kind of strip that out, make it presentable, which is what JSON does. Also, you have to define what memory. I started off with 1024 and it wasn't working, and I was like, what's going on? In a future script I'm going to show you in just a minute or two, I'll show you how to just use all free available memory. But this one I was specific. You can take the output from this up here. That's what I did. I took this and I dumped it into a site, which I'll give you a link. It is a JSON troubleshooting site, I believe that's what it's called. Again, I'll give it to you. But you copy and paste that in. It tells you how much memory you need to allocate for that output. But this output is dynamic. It's news headlines. It's going to vary. So this is good, but if you really want to get it all, you should probably use what I'm going to show you in the future is to just use all available memory. And that way you don't have to worry about the actual, using too little. Okay, so if it doesn't work, if it can't kind of parse it out, it'll say it can't do it. It can't clean it. And then it'll extract the title field. And when I show you the page, that is literally the title field in quotes. And what comes after that is the headline. And there's all sorts of things where there's other fields that I'm not interested in. Also, the screen is itsy bitsy. So how useful is this? I don't know. I guess what it could be used for is just to sort of maybe point it to something other than news. Point it to, I don't know, another web page that you really want to just parse one little piece of data out, an API, and then you can project it to your screen if you'd like. So kind of a proof of concept. So here's the title field. So we're going to take articles. I like how when you click on this in the Arduino IDE, it kind of highlights where you're using it. So we're doing the JSON on the articles, and we spit it back. So here we're going to display the title of just the first one, but then, oh yeah, and I'm displaying each title. It's actually just the first one all said and done. And then I thought, well, it'd be neat to kind of scroll it across the screen. Why not? So I did that using this init 16t, and use X and Y axis, and if X is greater than, et cetera, et cetera. I'll let you kind of read this on the side. I'll put this up on the GitHub. And then we print it, and then we fill the screen and make it black again so we can print more. So that is this first script. Okay, so we're pushing it up, connecting to Indigo. That's my Wi-Fi connected. And here is the headline: House adjourns without speaker. It is very flickery, and I think I even mentioned, I believe like canvas.print really helps with this. But so it's sort of scrolling through it. Not the most readable thing really. When I look at it, you kind of have to read all the lines at once. That's a little goofy. It could definitely be improved, but it was just a quick sort of show. And it's actually, you know, I forgot that I did make it so it will show, it'll go from article to article to article. You can set the delay. I have it set to 20 seconds. It's not really long enough, but pretty cool, right? So I was poking around on the web, and right after I completed this previous script I showed you, that previous sketch, and I saw that Rui Santos, who is really pretty great and has written a lot of cool code, and I saw, oh, it's an ESP32 send a message to WhatsApp. If you want to see the code and the steps to do it, it is here in this URL. I will post all of this on GitHub and in the description. So I basically just took his script and I added some TFT support and made some other very small tweaks. But so yeah, Wi-Fi, HP, URL encode, very useful. Then I did my Adafruit screen stuff. Again, here's replaced with your SSID and your password. You have to use your phone number, and then you'll also get a key. And one thing is you're going to want to, like with your phone number, I'm in North America, so mine's just +1 and then my phone number, for example. And then the key, and you follow the steps, and basically you go to CallmeBot.com and you create a quick account, and they will send you a WhatsApp text. They become a contact, and then you send them a string of words. I think it's something like I accept CallBot. I'll show you that as well. And then you are connected, and it gives you your API key, and then you can pop it in here. So basically you are connecting your, again, phone number, it's just replacing phone number, API key, and then the text field, which is down below, we'll get to that. Here it's, you know, the headers, it knows how to read that, posting, it says successful or error, and that's the end of that. Then we go into the setup. So again, I'm turning on my TFT display. Then we're actually kicking up Wi-Fi again, pulling SSID and password from above, connected, does the little delay, ... And then here's the good parts of send message. Up above here, this whole section is the send message. So it's going to take the output. It's going to take that and send it to WhatsApp. So why don't we load it up and check it out? Okay, here we go. It's connecting to Wi-Fi, and it says message sent successfully. Nice and quick, right? Well, let's check the WhatsApp app, or WhatsApp app, and see what it sent us. Okay, well, here we are in the WhatsApp app, and the CallmeBot sent us hello from -9 Computing. Above that, so it worked, yay. Above that, you will see I allow CallmeBot to send me messages. Once you enter that, it will then spit back that ID number you need to put in your URL search that we showed you earlier. I removed it from here just for privacy's sake. So here's the fun part, right? So I have an app that will, you know, send a message to WhatsApp, and I have something that will pull news headers. Why don't we smash them together and have it send the news to WhatsApp? Again, I'm not sure the use case, if this is super useful, but it could be other data sets. It doesn't have to be news, but you could pull from an API and then send it off to WhatsApp instead of, say, sending it via email. And this is a way to do it. I'm not saying it's the best way. So again, I'm using Rui Santos's, a bunch of his code, and then here's where I kind of added my support for the TFT display, and I'm adding the newsapi.org's output for news. And this should all look very familiar. I have stripped out all the, my information, but here's where, kind of specifying SSID and all that, and the information we saw before. So here's the void send message. That is the same, really. I don't think I changed anything in there from the previous example. Again, turning on the display, nothing new there. Connecting to Wi-Fi, nothing new. Here's where we make the request. We get this in the response. We do the JSON cleanup. And really the big difference is, in the previous one, the send message was quoted and says, hi from -9 computing, exclamation point. Instead now, we are extracting the title field. Here it is. Title is the title. And we're sending the message title instead of text. That's pretty much it. We just kind of jammed the two together and changed a variable. Very simple. Let's see it in action, shall we? Connected to my Wi-Fi. Message sent successfully. Okay, let's hop back into WhatsApp and see if it was truly sent successfully. Oh, the intrigue, the mystery. Okay, it worked. Here we go. We see our previous message, hello from -9 computing, and the new message with the news headline, which is unfortunately quite sad, but Ukraine war live updates. So it obviously is working, which is cool. What's the use case, right? Well, maybe not sending news messages to yourself via WhatsApp, but sending output from a sensor or some other information. So that can be quite useful. You may want to pull from one source, hit your ESP32, and then shoot it off to communicate with you on some other source. So, if somebody comes up with something really fun and useful, please let me know in the comments. Alrighty, take care. Thanks for watching.